operating system. It's updated every week, and we rely pretty heavily on the user community for these updates. In China, the community that Ben showed you has over 22 million users providing daily feedback, getting medals and rewards for it when they have a good idea. We already have a global MiUI community as well, which is our English MiUI forum that is approaching 200,000 users, which is a very, very healthy forum. We even have a MiUI forum here in India, which is managed by our friend Rohit, who's right here, and I'll talk about him in another second. And these communities, they help us not only QA and troubleshoot our stuff, but they actually give us amazing ideas. A lot of our most popular features on our devices are actually ideas that came from the community. And we want to bring that magical feedback model here to India. We want to build features specifically for the habits, the needs, and the requirements of users here in India. We're going to build a team here. We're going to have engineers in India helping us develop these features. We believe that the best person to build a new feature is someone who's building it for themselves, because then they're going to optimize it. They're going to make it perfect because they care about it the most. So that's our model here for India. And there's lots of interesting things we do with the community. I'm going to mention one example very briefly. If you go to translate.miui.com, that's our universal translation site for the operating system. So basically, we invite users from around the world to come help us translate our operating system. Our operating system has over 50,000 strings. And therefore it's a lot of work. Traditionally companies would hire a translation company to do that. We don't think that that's necessarily the best approach. We think the best approach is to find really good users who are passionate and know this stuff, and then get their help in translating the operating system for us. And we do that with a system that we call it's a simple sort of mediator worker system where we have one person that we name as sort of the person who helps decide which of the translations to pick. Many different people will contribute many different translations, potentially, for the same string, and then the moderator picks the best one. So these are some of the languages that are in progress. So these are, you can see some of 0% completed because they're projects that just got started. Others are like 73%, 90%. India is at 90% completed. And then some of them are fully completed, but need to be voted. And then others that are complete and already so our Hindi translation, which despite not being fully completed, is already on the devices that you see, was led by our friend Rohit, who's right here. I'd love for Rohit to stand up, because I really want a round of applause for this man. So Rohit's name is actually in the build. So if you pick up a device with our India build on it, you go to settings, about, there's a contributor section that has the names of the people that contributed to the translation effort. We'll add more names because the translations improve over time, and because this is a live operating system, we keep making it better week after week. And then more contributor names get added into this list. We think there's nothing more fair than putting the names of these amazing contributors into the build. MiUI itself, which we'll go into a lot of detail this afternoon in our second session, is a complete rethinking of Android. And it's a really good one. We've rewritten not only the core system UI, but a lot of the basic apps. The messaging app, the phone app, and many other apps, music, notes, and so on and so forth, in a way that we thought was simple, but also very customizable. We love to give people the ability to make their phone theirs. Every little bit, every little corner of MiUI is completely customizable by users, and we'll talk about that today. I want to show you a quick video, a couple more slides about MiUI, just as a taste for the session this afternoon, and then we'll deep dive.
Can I record the video?
Yeah, sure.
so that's MiUI, and like I said, we're going to have a session this afternoon to go through this in detail. There's a couple of little things about MiUI that because some of you may not actually get to see it, I'll just give you kind of a quick taste. We've done a lot of small things that actually add up to a pretty amazing user experience, in my opinion. Even little things like if you want to move an icon from one home screen to another, you can pick it up. And instead of like having to drag it to the corner of the screen and wait for the page for the home page to scroll, you can like use your other finger and scroll to the next screen. Let me play that video here. Very, very simple, but makes a huge difference. Every time you want to move an icon around, all of a sudden it's a lot simpler. We also enable to do things on the home page, like picking up multiple icons from one home screen. And then being able to drop them on a different home screen. There's so many little things like this on MiUI that will fascinate you that you should definitely take a look at. If you get a phone call, for example, in the latest version of MiUI, if you're writing a text message and you get a phone call, instead of getting interrupted by the full screen incoming call screen, you get a drop-down notification with a button to answer the phone call. So lots of little things like this, which I will show you in detail this afternoon. We don't have time to go through those right now, but definitely try to stick around if you can. Including one of my very favorite, if not my favorite thing about MiUI, which is our themes store. Because we've rewritten big parts of the framework underneath the system UI. We actually make it possible for every corner of the system UI to actually be customized. So as a designer, as a user, you can build themes, but of course as a user, as an end user, you can download one of 4,000 or so themes that completely change the way your phone looks, from sort of more retro themes like this one, or something more artistic, like this mailman post, which I love, which is like, this is watercolor, and something more cartoony, like this theme, or something kind of more zen, like this stamped theme, stamp-themed theme. Something more out there. This is called Dream Adventure. This is actually one of my favorite themes because it's completely crazy. A lot of these icons are actually animated. You can see the keypad is carved out of wooden slab, and you've got all these fantasy characters. On the lock screen, which is here to the left, every hour of the day you'll see a different creature. The designer went through the motion of handcrafting 24 fuzzy, adorable little creatures, so that every time of the day you're surprised by a new one. It's quite amazing. Even some more crazy things, like a Lamborghini theme, complete with a leather keypad and the car hood on the lock screen. Through here, actively, when you unlock the phone, you can actually hear the engine roar. The audio is a little delayed. That's actually the engine noise of a Lamborghini. And I'm showing you some of the more outrageous examples, like this one, which is Stone Age. Some crazy ones, like this Dark Ages theme. There's themes for every taste. And you look at some of these designs, some of these icons, and how beautifully drawn they are. They're all made by hand. There are girly themes. There are cartoony themes. And of course, we've put the time and effort to build the theme just for India, to build our first theme for India. And you'll recognize the gateway of India. You'll recognize the Taj Mahal, and lots of other symbols. I think there's a lotus flower. There's a Bollywood celebrating music icon. And we actually want to make themes a big deal here in India. We actually want to work with our fans, with designers, with artists to come up with all sorts of themes for India. Themed around Bollywood or specific Bollywood movies, themed around cricket, themed around all other sorts of old and new Indian traditions. We think there's a crazy amount of room here to be really creative. We're very, very excited about working with everyone to make this happen. So this is our very first theme built in honor of the Dream countries. And I've already talked about the preloaded apps, so I'm going to skip this part. And actually, I want to hand off to a new friend of mine. I am told that there are two famous Sachins in India. The first one apparently has retired. So we're left with number 2, who's now number 1, Flipkart founder and CEO, Sachin. Please take the stage. Oh, we have a gift. We actually have a gift for you.